Hello and thanks for joining me. I'm Matthew Rondina with Best Buy Canada's Best Buy blog, and today I'm discussing my experience at the NHL 24 Community Day while visiting EA Vancouver. Before I delve into the experience, just a friendly reminder that details on how to order NHL 24 are available on bestbuy.ca right now. Let's get ready to drop the puck. Ahead of NHL 24's big reveal, I was invited to EA Vancouver for NHL 24 Community Day. The event offered an early hands-on preview of the game, a chance to speak with developers, see NHL players being motion captured, and a behind-the-scenes look at how one of Canada's biggest gaming franchises comes together each year. From the talent to the technology that is used to bring us EA NHL hockey each year, I was left very impressed. As a longtime fan of the NHL series, I was excited to explore the history and evolution of a sports franchise that has been a mainstay on my gaming consoles for decades. Let's dive into what the event had to offer, my gameplay impressions, and a few other surprises. One interesting fact you might not be aware of is EA Sports NHL franchise is developed right here in Canada. EA Vancouver is located in Burnaby, British Columbia, and it's the home of the EA Sports NHL franchise. The massive campus is the biggest Electronic Arts has to offer in its portfolio of studios, and one of the most important, acting as the creative center for franchises like EA Sports FC, NHL, UFC, Plants vs. Zombies, and Need for Speed. The complex features a state-of-the-art motion capture space, a massive playtest lab, gyms, arcades, dozens of video and audio editing bays, and even its own soccer field. After checking into the event, we were ushered into a large theater to preview what was in store for NHL 24. In the massive auditorium, Chris Haluk, senior producer, and Mike Engelhart, senior creative director at EA Vancouver, offered a deep dive into all the features of NHL 24. The biggest additions to the game this season are the exhaust engine, total control skill moves, checking mechanics, and human goalie controls. Big hits and high-intensity play are the cornerstones in pro hockey, and NHL 24 looks to serve up plenty of edge-of-your-seat action. After hearing about all the big changes in NHL 24, it was time to go hands-on with the latest build of the game. In my first game, I decided to try out the new human goalie controls and see how the changes felt. I'm happy to share that they offer a natural extension of the on-ice action. I was worried about some of the new goalie systems feeling unnatural, but I'm happy to report that they are a great extension of the play. The tethered control system automatically centers you positionally, pulling you back to the middle of the crossbar after you release your control stick. Additionally, the goalie instinct system lets you anticipate player shots and predict the puck's trajectory. If you guess right, you're rewarded with a boost to your save attempt and will be able to pull off a big save. Overall, I was really excited with the latest build of NHL 24. All of the new additions, especially the exhaust engine, really cranked up the desperation and intensity in the game. If you're looking to find out more about some of the new additions to NHL 24, please make sure to visit Best Buy blog. During my preview of NHL 24, I was unexpectedly treated to an Olympic showdown. While previewing the game, Canadian women's team Olympic gold medalist Emily Clark stopped by to check out the game for herself. I was able to play a game with her while checking out more of NHL 24's features. We hopped into Play Now mode, and I picked Team Finland, and Clark, of course, naturally picked Team Canada. One of the most surreal moments of the whole experience is when Clark took a face-off in the game as her virtual self. I can now add to the resume that I played NHL 24 against an Olympic gold medalist. After our hands-on time with the game, we got a live look at EA Vancouver's state-of-the-art motion capture facility in action. During my visit, Matt Moreau, the motion capture stage manager, explained how the process works. The space uses hundreds of tiny cameras that pick up sensors on the athletes to capture and accurately triangulate their movements for use in the game. All this critical data is then shared with the animation team, who does further work to clean up the character movement in-game. For NHL sessions, they use synthetic ice panels. Large plastic pieces are assembled to form a massive surface so the athletes can perform more naturally. While we were in the space, we got to see NHL players Rasmus Dahlin of the Buffalo Sabres and Adam Fantilli of the Columbus Blue Jackets record their goal celebrations. Each player put some unique takes on their goal cellies, and it was incredible to see the space in action. Once the motion capture process is complete, the data is shared with the animation department. I was able to see the next step in the development process, meeting Rod Santos, the senior animator on the series. Santos has been working on the NHL series since 2017 and is very passionate about it. He always wanted to work on NHL ever since he started playing on the Sega Genesis. This year he worked on refreshing the body checking system with both big and more nuanced changes. Using mocap footage data, he cleans up the sequence, adding and removing aspects of the animation to make it look more natural in the finished product that we end up playing. The biggest mechanic driving the new NHL 24 experience is the exhaust system. It has an astronomical number of physics-based calculations happening in the background to make it work. You won't see these numbers on your end with the final product, but an incredible amount of work has been done to enhance the gameplay experience this year. Matt McTavish, principal game designer, demoed some of these physics calculations happening in real time. There are even percentage recalculations happening for time pressure is applied in the offensive zone. You'll start to see these manifested in a goalie slouching or taking longer to recover, so a tip from McTavish, make sure you're taking shots often or making a lot of passes to tire out the defense of your opponent and their goalie. Next, David Pritchett, senior game designer, walked me through changes like presentation packages, dynamic data that presents in-game during play, and new additions to audio this season. Pritchett and his team look at NHL franchises like the Seattle Kraken and bring in new pre-game projections and crowd behaviors to add as much authenticity as possible. There's a lot that has changed from updated on-ice projections to boards that display data in real time. That's a wrap on NHL 24 Community Day. It was an unforgettable experience that gave me a glimpse into how one of Canada's most beloved video game franchises is made. The event not only was about experiencing NHL 24, but also about celebrating the community. Getting to meet and chat with some of the developers behind the game who share their passion and insights has me confident for the future of the franchise. I was impressed by the talent and technology that goes into making the game annually. NHL 24 itself is quite impressive, offering a lot of new features and improvements that make it more fun and realistic than ever. I can't wait to get my hands on the game again this October. If you are a hockey fan or a gamer, you don't want to miss out on this year's installment. I'm Matthew Rondina with Best Buy Canada's Best Buy blog. Don't forget to check out bestbuy.ca on how you can secure your copy of NHL 24. Keep your stick on the ice. Game on.